Hello there, everybody. You're welcome to this session. Can you leave me a comment where you're following the session from? Welcome. Good to have you here. Okay, so as you can see from the description, I am proceeding with the activity of providing responses and answers to the questions that many of you asked me a few weeks ago. For those of you that remember, I made a post and I was asking, and I asked a question. I said, if you had the opportunity to sit with me for a few minutes, what is that one question that you will ask me? And many people did ask me a lot of questions. Many of you did ask me a lot of questions that I decided to do this live series to, provide responses to these intelligent questions that you ask. If you are joining the session right now, please leave a comment. Where are you following the session from? And if you have a question, you can ask right now, and I will answer that question in this live session. This will be maximum 30 minutes, 40 minutes maximum, and then we are done. All right, good. So the first question I want to answer today is from Sharon Eneke. Sharon Eneke, who is a top fan in the page, she asked the question, how can I manage money gotten from my business so it does not fail? Sharon is asking from Chan. How can I manage money gotten from my business so it does not fail? This is a very powerful question, very, very powerful question. And I think that this is one of those questions that anybody in business should always ask, right? She's asking the question, how can I manage the money? For example, she is already making money from her business. Her business is actually making money, right? But it is one thing to make money, and it is another thing to manage money and multiply money. There are many people that are still struggling financially and living hand to mouth because all they know how to do is to make money. They do not know how to keep money, and they do not know how to multiply that amount of money, right? And if you are a business person that you're already making money, one thing that you must do, or you must know how to do, is know how to keep money and know how to multiply money. Because if your business is making money, that is one thing. And a business can make money and still fail, because the owner of that business or the CEO of that business does not understand what to do when it comes to managing the money that he or she is making in a way that she can scale the business or build the business in a very sustainable way. Okay, so let me share a couple of tips, things that you can do in order to manage the money you're making from your business in a way that the business will not fail. Number one is financial management. Practice the basics of financial management. What does that mean? When you make money, treat that money as a business. Stop treating your money and that of the business at the same time. Learn financial discipline. If the money is meant for the business, let that money be for the business. Don't take business money for your personal use. In one of the questions I was answering, I said, if you run a business as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, Better create a structure and put yourself on a salary. The habit of going into a business and cashing out the money anytime that you want will destroy your business. So number one, practice financial management discipline. Number two, know how to keep money. Every good business person understands the power of having a business reserve or savings account. When you make money at the end of the month, you have calculated your expenses, you have paid your expenses, and there is profit remaining. That profit should be divided, and part of the division should go into a reserve account. There should be a reserve account where you keep some money. And for many of my clients that I consult in their business, there's an account that many of my clients create, and that account is known as business expansion account. If you run a business and you're serious at growing that business someday so it doesn't fail, is create an account in another bank where the purpose of that deposit account is for you to save a percentage of your monthly profit into that account for the purpose of expansion. A business that does not have growth plans or expansion plan is going to fail. And you cannot have growth plans or expansion plans without raising the money for the purpose of those plans. Okay, so you need to do that. The third thing you need to do when it comes to answering this question is intentionally make sure that you are reinvesting or plowing back profit into activities that will scale your profit. For example, if you are already making money in your business, you can decide and plow back profit into marketing activities that are bringing you more clients, which are paying you to make more money. Okay, when you do this, it's going to help you a lot to build a business that will be sustainable. So these are general points that I can share to answer this question from Sharon. Her question was, how can I manage money gotten from my business so it doesn't fail? If you do just these things, your business will not fail. Trust me. But of course, I can provide more tailored one-on-one coaching depending on the kind of business, how long you have been running the business, looking at your financial resources at the moment, and looking at your plans for the future. Then we can build a more robust financial sustainability plan and a scale-up strategy for your business in a way that is going to stand the test of time, even for the next 30, 20, 50 years, right? When you're building a business, please have a long-term lens. All right, welcome again, everybody. Thank you for joining. Please do share the broadcast, share on your page, share in your WhatsApp groups. I greatly appreciate, and thank you to everyone for sharing so far. Good. Next question I want to answer is from Marie Gorete. What should I expect when starting a business? Marie Gorete from Yaoundé. What should I expect when starting a business? I think I answered this question last time, except it's a similar question, right? However, when you're starting a business, one thing you should expect is that you will succeed and expect that you will face challenges. I always like to say that there is no bad business in the world. There is only a bad entrepreneur. There's only an ignorant, low-skilled entrepreneur. Every sector can make a millionaire and a billionaire. But the difference is, if you're going to succeed in any sector, you need to do what is required to succeed in that sector. For you to succeed in business, until you do what is required, you will not succeed. People get to do what they feel like doing. If you do what you feel like doing, you may likely struggle. But when you understand the sector you are in, and the business you are in, and the industry you're in, and the country you're in, one of the most important things you have to get right is doing what is required, not what you feel like doing. right? So number one, when you're starting a business, expect to succeed and expect to face challenges. And many people who fail in business either give up because of challenges, or they fail because of lack of the right information, lack of the right knowledge, or lack of the skills to do what they need to do to build that business. Number two, expect competition. You'll be starting a business in an area where others already exist. So expect that customers will have options. Either they buy from you or they buy from your competition, and create a plan to become more competitive and more unique as far as competition is concerned, right? So another thing that you can expect is that change is going to affect your business. Change is going to affect your business. External factors that you cannot control is going to affect your business. And when these things are arising, you need to learn how to adapt and adjust and fit based on what is happening. Okay? Good. The next question I want to answer is, let me see. There's a question here from Mosi in Bamenda. How to make a better decision when setting up a business, like drawing a good business plan? I think the question is starting from the area of what idea should you convert into a business? Many a times, for most people, they have the desire to start a business. There is the willingness to start a business, but they don't know how to decide on which business idea to invest their money in. For some people, that is always a challenge. And I always like to start by saying that any idea can make a good business. It now depends on the entrepreneur who is starting that idea. So if you are deciding, if you want to decide on which idea to start a business, there are many factors, right? Somebody from Bamenda will need different factors to start a business. Somebody in Yaoundé is the same. Somebody in Lagos, in Johannesburg, in New York, depending on where you are, there is no one size fit process to start a particular idea in a particular area, right? But if you are going to start a business, there are a couple of things you need to look at. If you have many ideas or you don't know which one to start, there are many things you can look at. Number one, you can think of your passion and your interest. You can convert your passion and your interest into a business. For example, if you're a young lady that you genuinely have passion and excitement when it comes to makeup, that's interest. You can decide now to learn a skill on how to be a good makeup artist, and then learn some things in social media marketing and strategy in a way that you can create engaging videos and get clients through those videos on social media, right? Number two, the second way you can decide on how to start a business is look at the skills. What are the hard skills that you have? Maybe what you studied in school or a training you went through. What are the hard skills that you have that you can use to create value and sell that value to another person? You can use that and pick an idea from there and start. Number three, it can be what is missing where you are, in your community, in your area. What is missing? What is the product or the service that people are looking for that is not available at the time, that you can bridge the gap? You can go learn and come do it, or you can be the distribution channel or the middleman to bridge that gap. That can be a business idea. You see? So business ideas are actually everywhere. And people used to ask me this particular question. That's why I wrote this particular book, the Business Idea Handbook. This particular book is structured in a way that if you study this book, no matter where you are, if you want to start a business and you don't know how to discover ideas around you, this book has strategies and frameworks that you can follow to uncover hidden business opportunities around you. But some of these that I have shared, you can use them and you will be able. If you are anywhere in US, Canada, Middle East, Europe, you can go on Amazon and type Dr. Javnyuy Joybert, you will see many of my books that are on Amazon, and you can order this particular book and you will learn how to uncover business ideas in your immediate locality. The B part of that question is talking about drawing a business plan. You know, a business plan is not that difficult. And even in this book has, the last appendix in this book has a sample business plan that anybody can follow to actually, you know, write a good business plan. But I always advise people, if you have never written a business plan before, look for a page, look for a book, start with a one-page business plan. In that business plan, state the problem you want to solve, state your solution, state the activities that you need to do to solve that problem or to create value, state how you're going to market it, state and how do you call this, a budget, a startup budget, how much you will need to start that business and how you will spend that money. Then do projections. How many units, how many pieces of what will you sell in how long to make how much, right? Start from there. Just start a one-page or a two-page and put those basic information there. Then you can begin to flesh it out. Another thing that you can do is go on Google and type sample business plans for restaurants, sample business plans for a clothing business, sample business plans for whatever. You can go on Google and do that, and you will find it. Okay, not writing a business plan is not an excuse. Anybody who can read and write can actually write a business plan. You just need dedication and commitment to do that. Okay, next question is from Mbak Priestley. Mbak Priestley is asking the question, how to get other capitals to start a business aside financial capital. There's an article I wrote one time talking about the various types of capital that you need to succeed in business. Financial capital is just a small piece of actually succeeding in business. There are other capitals that you need to succeed in business. Let me give examples of what I was talking about. Number one is attention. Attention is capital. If you have attention towards you, or you know how to generate attention, that is capital. You cannot convert it and get money. You cannot do whatever you do, create the attention. Attention leads to people inquiring about your product, and when they inquire, you now do sales activities and convert them into paying customers. So you need to build the capital of attention. It could be through your social media pages, social media handles, or in your community. Start doing things that will generate the capital of attention. The second type of capital that you need is knowledge capital. There are many people who have the money, but they lack the knowledge capital to build a business. So if you are going to succeed in business, you need to start building knowledge capital. You may need to buy books and read. You may need to attend trainings. You may need to pay for an expert, whoever, to acquire that knowledge capital that you will need to consistently build your business. Another capital that you need is integrity. Integrity is capital. There are some businesses that you cannot survive in without integrity. Or there are businesses that you will need to get goods on credit before you can sell and pay back, or you need to pay half the money, then you get the rest on credit, then you sell and pay back. But if you don't have the integrity capital, nobody will trust you to give you their goods on credit because you are weak in terms of integrity capital. Another capital that you need in business is social capital. It's talking about the quality of people around you. Without social capital, you will struggle. And social capital in business can be broken down into financial social capital. If you have relationships with people in the banking sector, microfinance or investors, that is social financial capital. People that the day that you need money to advance your cause or your business, they can invest in you, or they can find ways to make sure that you get financial capital. Another type of social capital is political social capital. Just having good relationship with people in political positions or administrative position is good for you as a business person. So you need to start building that kind of capital, because you will need it, right? So you see, you need more than just financial capital to build a business. And all of this capital that I've mentioned, it takes time, and it takes consistency and intentionality for you to build them. So know them and start taking steps to build the capital. Okay. There's a very good question here for Anastasia from Bamenda. Anastasia from Bamenda. She's asking, aside my farming businesses, what other skill can one learn to get a profitable online side hustle? What other skill? So she has a farm, and that farm to her is like a side. No, that may be the farming business, like her main business. Now she needs to learn a profitable online side hustle that can enable her to make more money, right? Now, the truth is that online is very powerful. If you see anybody who is not making money from the internet, it is ignorance. Not that internet cannot give the person money. There are diverse ways to make money from the internet. I always like to say that if you are somebody that you have access to a mobile phone, access to internet, access to electricity, and you spend more than 2 hours every day on social media, and you are not able to get some income from this social media, then there is a lot that you don't know. Apart from, I'm not talking about you growing your social media in a way that Facebook can pay you. That is mostly like for those who have grown in content creation, right? But social media on its own, there are a lot of skills that you can learn on social media and get paid doing it. For example, let's go to the basics. For example, learning the skills of being a community manager. Somebody who can understand how to manage the pages of different people and businesses. I know somebody that took one of my trainings. I used to train people on social media management, all of that, like 2 years ago. She took my training like 2 years ago in Douala, and now she manages about 15 to 16 pages every month. And she charges 10,000 francs per page to manage her page every month. So every month she is paid almost 150,000 francs to manage different pages. And what is the meaning of social media manager? For example, if I had a social media manager now, what the person would have been doing now is the person would have been replying the comments that people are dropping right now. That's your job, part of your job as social media manager. You manage the community. You need to study, if you're a social media manager for a company, you need to study the products and services of the company, understand the kind of customers the company is targeting, and then you're always on that page trying to reply to messages and comments and posting and all of that, right? That's part of it. You find ways to engage the audience and create videos and do stuff for the page to begin to grow. You can do that and get paid, right? Another way that you can get money on social media is that you can be somebody who is creating a particular content in a particular niche. Now, why is that important? When you begin to create content in a particular sector, you begin to build credibility. And when you're building credibility, you begin to get traction on your page. When you're getting traction on your page, people who follow, the number of people that follow you begin to grow. And when you have this attention, You can do a lot of things with this attention. Number one, people can pay you for you to promote their stuff because you have their attention. Number two, you can create your own stuff and promote. You can decide and go to the market, buy stuff, and resell on your page, because the person in the market has a product, but you have the market, you have the following, you have the audience. You can do that, or you can create your own product and resell yourself. You see, you can learn other stuff. For example, you can become an online directory expert. You can become a brand development expert through social media. So there are many different skills that you can learn on social media, or as far as the internet is concerned, and begin to monetize them. The challenge is many people are not resourceful. Many people don't spend time to really study the things that make sense. You see, many people come on social media and they watch videos and TikTok videos and have fun and all of that and comments here and there without really doing that. And that's why it is powerful to follow pages and influencers that will teach you things that make sense, things that are sustainable, things that you can convert them and implement them in your life and become more successful. So when it comes to making money online, what I always advise people to do is, the first step is for you to be resourceful, for you to be the person that learns things. Make sure that you learn as much as possible about the social media platform. Read about it, watch videos, buy books if you can. But Facebook is beyond Facebook. I always say that if you come on Facebook and the only thing you do on Facebook is post a picture and comment on different places, then you are not even using up to 0.1% of Facebook. There's a lot about Facebook that you don't know. Same for Instagram, same for TikTok, same for YouTube, same for LinkedIn. There are many other things that you can do to grow, but you need to become resourceful to learn these things. There are people teaching all of these things. For example, Neba Paul and Henry run the African Digital Marketing Academy. Go and search them on Facebook, follow them, take their next course. You're going to learn a lot, because I can even teach that here on this short live session where I do for 30 minutes. Right? You see, for example, I have a full diploma course or certified course on how to market online as a business person. How can you be a business person that you have a mobile phone, internet, and all of this, and you don't get paid making sales through your online social media platform? Then something is wrong. You see, it's not because it's not possible, it's because you are ignorant or you are not resourceful enough to market your business in a way that can get you paid. Right? So if you're interested, you can send me a message and you can enroll for that particular course. That is it I have for today. Just 30 minutes to answer a few questions, and I hope that you learn a couple of stuff. From next week, hopefully, there are still about 50 questions I have not been able to answer that many of you ask, and I will be creating time to answer all of these questions that many of you ask. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you were challenged, and I hope that spending these 30 minutes with me will only empower you to become more successful in your career and in your business. God bless you, everybody, and thank you to everybody that shared. Thank you so much, and take care. Blessings.